Ronnie Stephen is a tech entrepreneur. Grant Malloy is a farmer. Ronnie's life was creating gadgets and sunrise walks on Bondi Beach. Grant was mustering cattle on the family farm, working dawn to dusk with his livestock. One weekend in 2021, their worlds collided when Ronnie and his son travelled to Mandurama in central west New South Wales to holiday at Grant's farm stay.
We were shearing at the time, which was so pandemonium, really. But Ronnie was determined to find out more about the farm than shearing and how livestock were managed and looked at and how the water systems work. And I think I missed a whole run of shearing, 2 hours worth, talking to Ronnie.
I was just curious all the time to figure out how farming business works.
Ronnie's trip to Grant's farm was his first taste of the Australian bush.
I had really not much of an idea about country life, except the fact that I thought if you just went west of Blue Mountains, you end up in red dirt.
Ronnie was bewildered when he learned Grant spent several hours each week just driving around his properties, checking livestock and water levels.
So he went away and then came back with some water monitoring gear, pump stuff and tank levels, and off-the-shelf ones initially. And we trialled those.
Over the next year, they tinkered with various designs.
I'd actually built it inside in here.
Sensors were then installed on water tanks and GPS tags were put on cattle. The data goes to an app on Grant's phone, allowing him to monitor his farm from anywhere in the world.
So now we can go away and be absolutely confident that the water is fine and the cows are where they should be.
Ronnie is so excited by the technology's potential, he's made the tree change to Orange, a regional city about 45 minutes north of Grant's farm.
We're creating a product for farmers, and it has really has to be designed by farmers as opposed to engineers. So if it wasn't for Grant's input, if without a farmer actually guiding and leading this process, I would not have proceeded.
Orange's history with innovation had humble beginnings when a potato research station was established in the 1960s. But over the last 10 years, a growing ag tech sector has emerged, gaining global attention.
The city is now one of Australia's biggest regional hubs. The state government's agriculture department is based here, along with 2 universities. In the city's old Electrolux fridge factory, robots are building timber frames for homes. Nearby, Loam Bio is growing microfungi that's then used to improve soil health.
Orange was a choice location based on the accessibility to agriculture, the proximity to farms, and also the ability to draw talent to Orange.
One of the jewels in Orange's ag tech crown is biomanufacturer Cauldron. Its futuristic plant is nestled amongst the region's famous vineyards.
Can you describe to me what you're producing in this laboratory?
We're producing things like insulins and medicines, food, fuel for jet fuels, all from microorganisms. So we're growing all these, creating all these products just from the tank.
Here in the test lab, Cauldron scientists use fermentation to develop microbes for all kinds of products. For example, they are a key ingredient in lab-made milk and chicken. Once the process is mastered, it's upscaled in tanks outside.
The molecules being created from this process are nature identical to what has been created by, be it the cow or the chicken. They're nature identical.
The company is seeing global demand, securing a deal with the United States Department of Defense to build a biolab there.
Our research and development centre will always be here in Orange. That's where we screen the clients, we develop the technology. That will always be here. But this is a global problem, it's a global market, and we will locate our factories where it makes economical sense.
Here at the local Bowls Club, this monthly meetup is all about sharing tips on how to run a startup business.
There was people that were working in tech for a long time that were around, but there just wasn't that community. It was really hard in that there was business advice, to be a hairdresser or a plumber, which was totally fine, but it was more about sort of understanding what a tech business is.
At this event, the head of a Queensland-based drone mustering business, Sky Kelpie, is dialing in to share his insights.
I started out with a cheap little Chinese drone I got from Hong Kong, and it's still out in the heifer paddock somewhere.
This group of self-confessed nerds and geeks is aiming to put Orange on the world stage.
Running joke at the moment is Orange the next Palo Alto or the Silicon Valley? I think that Orange can be a massive employer of a lot of new businesses that can be the next Canva or the next Atlassian easily.
The federal government wants technology to help the agricultural sector be worth $100 billion by 2030. But some say getting Commonwealth grants is difficult, so many startups are self-funded, as Ronnie and Grant well know.
We've got hundreds of thousands of dollars invested out of your personal savings, so the stakes are really high. Having said that, it's not all a gamble. It's an educated gamble. The market will speak if you've done the right thing or not.